it really feels a lot like our last chance to protect our country from being taken over by these, it's not just leftists, right? It's not just, oh my gosh, this person is a radical leftist. We're talking about communists and Muslim Islamic candidates. We see how it's happening in the UK. We see how it's going for them. We could either choose that here or decide that's just not going to be a good idea for us. Now, I want to first talk about the one who checks all three of those boxes, leftist, communist, and Muslim, which is, of course, Zohran Mamdani. He is, as well as the polls can tell, he is about to win as mayor in New York City. And, you might think like, well, let's just let him run this New York City, this leftist shithole into the ground. Just let them do that. You get what you vote for. That's fine. If they want to choose that, then you just let them do that. Well, the problem is that his policies could bankrupt the city, which we've already talked about. And he could have people just another mass exodus from New York, which would really spell trouble for the state. So I want to show you this new poll. It asks, will you stay in New York City if Mamdani wins the mayoral election? 9% of the people who answered this poll said that they would definitely leave. No, again, you're like, oh, it's only 9%. 59% said they would stay. 25% said they would consider leaving. Only 9% said that they would definitely leave. But 9% of New Yorkers is 765,000 people. And that would be one of the biggest mass exoduses in American history. Now, then you take into consideration that 25% who are considering leaving, if they left, that's 2.12 million people leaving New York City. Now, you're talking about an economic collapse for the city just because Zohran Mamdani wins. And on top of that, his plan to tax the rich is behind this. The top 1% of earners in New York pay around half the city's income taxes. So who is going to pay for all of this shit if all of the top earners are leaving? It's what we said this. I mean, it's like we already saw this play out in places in California. When you rely on the top 1% of earners, and the top 1% of earners actually have a whole lot of income, disposable income, to just move, if you elect a radical Muslim communist, they're just going to do that. And then you won't be able to tax them. So how is he going to pay for all of this free shit? The government-run grocery stores, the free buses. I'll use the air quotes because we all know none of this is actually free. Then all the other city services are going to start circling the drain. You're going to have fewer funds for police, for fire, for transit. Now, put on top of that, he doesn't actually want you to have funds for police, but you get my point, right? Then comes real estate issues. You'll have a rise in vacancies. The property values, in turn, are going to plunge. The lenders are going to get hit. More rich people are going to snap up properties across the country, which is going to cause real estate to rise everywhere else. So if the trends continue, New York City is not just going to, we're not talking about a temporary decline. We're talking about the potential for New York City becoming unrecognizable as the global powerhouse that it once was, that I think the rest of the country still look at New York City and envision that is, optics-wise, to the rest of the world. New York City is the embodiment of this entire country. Now, especially add on top of that, if the financial sector relocates, I mean, we're talking about major catastrophe here. And so I could go on about New York City and Mamdani, which we have in shows prior, but it's not the only race that you guys need to be watching. You also have another Muslim socialist, this I'm the captain now mayor in Minneapolis, at least he's running for it, Omar Fateh.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Somalia.
Somalia. Somalia.
Somalia.
Somalia.
Early voting hadda illa November 4.
Okay, November 4th and Somalia. November 4th, Somalia, and I need your vote. The only English
we're gonna win.
happening. Oh, we're going to win. There's some English there as well. So a man running for mayor in a city in the United States of America is speaking more of a foreign language than English. Just a couple words in English here and there. And what is he chanting? Somalia! Yay, Somalia, not United States, Somalia. That's also not the only place across the country that this is happening. You also have Musab Ali from Pakistan, who is running for mayor of Jersey City. And one of his campaign promises is to use tax dollars to help illegals fight ICE, fight deportation. He does not want to cooperate with ICE. He wants to help these illegals fight deportation. He calls himself, by the way, the Black Zohran Mamdani, which to me, I'm like, I wouldn't brag about that, honestly. But then I remembered he's a Democrat in New Jersey. And I guess that's the type of thing that they brag about. And by the way, Ilhan Omar, speaking of not bragging about something, Ilhan Omar endorsed him. Now you have Virginia as well, which is several races over there that are worth just mentioning, touching on. You have Abigail Spanberger, who is running for governor. Now, this is the same lady who endorsed the attorney general candidate over in Virginia, the Democrat Jay Jones, who called for the murder of innocent children and doubled down on it later, by the way, in text messages to a Republican in the state of Virginia. He was like, yeah, I said what I said. Sometimes people don't move on policy until they feel pain. Yes, I think their children should die because then they'll vote the way I want them to. That's the race going on in Virginia. But, you know, all that being said, we shouldn't be surprised that Democrats are endorsing violence now. That's just kind of the Democrat Party, which is why Obama was going out and rallying alongside both of them on the campaign trail over the weekend. And, you know, we should expect no less from the Democrats. But let me just play for you Barack Obama talking about vilifying opponents.
We have to be able to disagree without calling each other nasty names or demonizing each other.
I would agree with that. It's just that the guy that you were on stage for, one of the people that you were on stage for, as I mentioned, said that he wanted someone's children to die. Do you know who you're there for, Barack Hussein? Do you know? Actually, I don't think he does, because he also said this about Abigail Spanberger.
And Abigail doesn't just believe in working with everybody, she also believes, and this is really important, in listening to everybody.
Working with everybody, listening to everybody. Key word there, everybody, which is so weird because this is what she said about Donald Trump.
Would you work with President Trump on areas like job creation?
I think that, you don't work with the arsonist who burns down the house to rebuild it.
Oh, everybody except Orange Man Bad. Orange Man Bad, no. Everybody else, totally, yes, we will totally listen to them and work for them, I am sure. But then again, you have Barack Obama, who is going out there and trying to rally for these terrible candidates, who just not that long ago, this was just last year, Barack Obama was saying that, just for shits and giggles, okay, that black men, because remember, Kamala Harris, Cammie had a big problem with black men. Black men did not like her. You know why? Because black men are smart, okay? And so Barack Obama, in trying to rally black men to get to the polls for Kamala Harris, said, you know what? You got to vote for her because she's black.
When you have a choice that is this clear, when on the one hand you have somebody who grew up like you, knows you, went to college with you, understands the struggles and pain and joy that comes from those experiences.
We're all black. We all have the same experiences. Don't you want to vote? Don't you want to vote for her? Oh, Hold on a second. Abigail Spanberger is running against a black woman as well, Winsome Sears. Isn't that so fascinating how Barack Obama changes his tune now that the black woman happens to be a Republican? It's only convenient if it's a Democrat. If the black woman is a Republican, screw her, I guess. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.